Hello, everybody. It is time once again for the weekly connection ritual. If this is your first time or your fifth, this is a guided meditation with a focus on community and connection and energy work. You don't have to be an expert at anything. All you have to do is have a few quiet minutes to be able to sit by yourself and listen. You can get as fancy or as simple as you would like to be. You can set up your space with music, with incense, with candles. I will use a candle as a focus, but I have one here. So if you don't have one handy, you can use the flame in the screen as your focus. You can use the sound of my voice if the flame in the screen doesn't work for you. I will guide you along each step of the way. The purpose of this began when the world went into lockdown with the pandemic last year. Many of us felt isolated. We were cut off from our communities. More than a few of us found ourselves rambling around, a little lost just in our living spaces, not able to reconnect with the people that maybe we worked with, maybe we did magic with, that we had a social connection to. And this was an option to realize that no matter where you may physically reside, all of the people that you love are merely a thought away. That we have the capacity to reach out beyond the limitations of the miles, across geography, with energy, with intention, with magic and willpower. And this little meditation will take you to a place where you can return whenever you wish and follow the pathways strung between us, to reach out across the distance, to find not only the people who are physically present in your life who you miss, but also people that maybe are no longer physical, but are nevertheless connected to you. People, beings, even pets that you feel your heartstrings tied to. And maybe you miss them physically, but now this is a way you can reach out and invite them to connect back. Reach out for support, for a little reminder that that love, that connection, that's never truly sundered and never truly lost. We'll start at the top of the hour, and I will begin with what is called the Keprian Charge. I will close with the family prayer, and these are things that I wrote myself, and they have become the bookends for ritual in my own tradition. Been reciting them again and again at the beginning of rituals for decades at this point. The words may speak to you, and you can find them on my website. And if they don't speak to you, that's fine. Let the rhythm and the sound help lull you into the space, help give you a sense of this shared experience that we are going to embark on. And again, don't worry too much about being right or wrong or failing if you do it. Just listen. Just be for a few moments. It begins with a spark. We are the many born. We are the immortal. Eternal we wander the aeons, moving to the rhythm of our own inner tides. We are active elements moving through passive worlds. Endlessly we die and are reborn, changed yet unchanging through the years. We move from lifetime to lifetime, taking up bodies as garments. Ours is a journey toward understanding, and our charge is knowledge and wisdom. We are the catalysts, and as we awaken to ourselves, we serve to awaken the very world. Take a few moments first to just check in with your body, to be present in the skin that you wear, the flesh around you, and ask yourself how you feel. What has the week cost you? What has it burdened you with? What joy has it given you? What are you carrying in this moment right now? What of that do you want to put down? Can you put down? In this moment, do your best. If there is anything that is distracting, pulling you away from yourself, acknowledge that it exists, but set it aside. And if you have a hard time setting it aside, simply turn your attention away from it. Focus your intention instead here, on this light, on this image, on the sound of my voice. Turn your attention here in the same way that you would shift your attention from a distracting noise in the background or a smell that you cannot control in your space. Be present. And as you feel yourself settling into yourself, as you check in and stretch a little and breathe and make sure that you are as comfortable as is possible given whatever is going on, close your eyes against the light, not to block it out, but to turn your vision inward. Take a moment to let your mind's eye go deep within, spiraling deeper and deeper, seeking the core of you, deeper than your flesh, deeper than the world around you, down to the very centered, sheltered space that is the core of you. Seek that centered moment. It may manifest as a flame, as a spark. It may be a quiet place in the darkness. It may be something you cannot perceive in physical methods, but a feel that you know from visions, from dreams. It may be a space you remember walking as a child. However this manifests, allow yourself to center and settle into this safe and sheltered point where it is only you, where you have clear boundaries around you, not that cut you off from the world around you, but that shelter you from it, that protect you from it, that keep the storms of emotion and vicissitude of the world, to keep them away, to keep you safe. You have as much control over these boundaries as you wish, so you can open them whenever you want. You can make them slightly permeable, so only certain things you invite may come in, or only certain things you wish may go out. Or if it is more comfortable at this time, with whatever has gone on in your week, to make certain that this is a fortress, that you are in perfect solitude, you can do that as well. So in the same way that you checked in with your body, felt yourself there, centered yourself there, do that here, now. Check in with the core of you. How do you feel? What do you need? What have you lost? What have you surrendered? What has enriched you in this past week? What things do you carry that you want to make sure you grasp and you file away and you treasure? And what things do you need to release? Give yourself permission to go through that. All these experiences and emotions, all the things that have tugged and pulled on you, to keep what you wish and to release what does not serve you. To release whatever you do not want. Let it go. And it will float out beyond those boundaries. Some of you will be comfortable staying in this centered, sheltered space, and that is okay. This is a healing space. It is a place where we retreat when we need to reconsider and rediscover who we are and what our real power is. But we are not islands separate, just drifting with no connection at all. Beyond this center, beyond these boundaries, we are vastly interconnected to so many others across the distance. So if you are comfortable, if you are willing, turn your attention to the boundaries around you and allow parts of them to grow thin, doorways or windows, or simply a veil that allows you to peer slightly through. And become aware of the vast and glimmering webwork of connections that stretch from you to all the other many burning minds and hearts and souls at a distance from you, strung across the miles like roadways between the stars, as subtle and brilliant as spider webs bright with dew. Some of them are deep, and you know them instantly. You know exactly where they go. And others are faint. You haven't followed them in a long time. In this moment, select a few to reach out along, to stretch yourself across, to become expansive beyond merely this center spot where you are sheltered and safe. You are still sheltered and safe there, but you are also as vast as the universe, as spread out as you want to be, as extensive as you are able to sustain. Follow all of the glimmering pathways to where they lead, to the others, family and friends, people that you haven't thought about in decades, pets, spirits that have spoken to you along your journey, and perhaps you've never seen them in the world, in the flesh, but you know them in this space and are able to connect deeply with permission, with consent. As you reach out across this space, these lines, these pathways are not merely points of connection, they are also rivers, currents. Information passes along them, energy, emotion, intent, memory, thought, dream. We engage in this unconsciously most of our lifetimes, but in this moment, be intentful. Engage with full knowledge that this is real, that you must ask permission if you are going to fully connect, but the pathways are there, and that you must give permission if another is to fully connect to you, for an exchange to occur. And finally, if you find yourself in a space where you have more energy to give, whether it's healing or laughter or love, if you have strength, support, send that out along the webwork. Make an offering. Invite any who share a connection with you, or direct it specifically to someone that you care about who is in need right now, but still invite their exceptions. Don't simply shove the gift on them. Hold it out and wait for them to reach out and take it. In the same way that you would ask anyone to hold their intentions out to you and give you the option to accept if you're in a good place to do so, or to simply say, no, not right now. That power of no, not right now is absolutely in your hands. That power of, yes, please, I offer this, is also in your hands. And respect the boundaries of others in the same way that you need yours to be respected. But open yourself up and feel how vast. how supported, how brilliant all of this is. And simply be for a few moments. Vast and interconnected, aware of the boundaries and how our permission can make them permeable, how our permission can allow us to travel and share and break out of what feels like the imprisonment of the miles of physical geography. Because it's not. We're never bound by those things, only by our perceptions of them. And once you have made your offerings, once you have accepted whatever has been offered to you that you are willing to accept, you have exchanged and perceived, and most importantly, remember how to get to this. Begin to pull yourself back to that center point, which a part of you has never left. That safe and sheltered centered core, down and down until you feel yourself inside of the boundaries again. The connections, you're aware of them, they remain, they're never sundered. But you turn your attention back only to you, only to your focus, only to where you end and everything else exists. And hold those boundaries close for a moment. And hold yourself close for a moment. Integrate and consider and reflect on what you have exchanged, what you now carry with you, or what you have given away. Check in again on how you feel now, where you're at, what has changed. And from that centered space, turn your attention again up, back to where you sit in your body, wherever you may be, whether there's music playing or you can smell candle scent or incense, or the sound of children playing, or your pet scratching at the door, whatever's going on. Come back to your body, because your body has value too. It is the vehicle that carries you through all of this. And we ask much of these vehicles. So we must love them as much as we love everything else. Be kind to them. Be kind to ourselves. So, as you come back, roll your shoulders, stretch your hands, be present, and remember, as you close your eyes, that inner space, which is an outer space, is just a thought away. We can always get there. And in that space, interconnected as we are stronger together. We have passed this way before, and we will pass this way again. We have been many things to one another, teachers, lovers, friends, and bitterest enemies. But through it all, we have remained tied together soul to soul in this, our ancient family. May we endure together peacefully. May we enjoy each new lifetime as it comes. May we strengthen each other as we strengthen ourselves, and may we find one another in every time and in every place to share this fellowship and to celebrate this bond. See, that wasn't so hard. And you can watch it as often as you want if you need a little help going back. Good night.